The energy shield is a 6 telecrystal purchase that both nuclear operatives and syndicate agents can make. It is an exotic energy shield that reflects almost all laser beams as well as little protection from bullets and other physical attacks. It costs 6 TC. It will go into your hand, not turned on, and it does have an in-hand sprite without being turned on. It looks a little odd, but besides that, with it being on the ground, it is just this tiny, like, plus size or plus sign looking shield. It is basically just a plus sign with an outline. And the stats of it are: it takes 100% blunt damage, 90% slash, 85% pierce, and 60% heat damage. It blocks 50% of incoming damage. But since it's an energy shield, if it's turned off, you can put it in your pockets or put it in your backpack. However, if you put it in your hand and press Z, it will turn it on. It also it emits light, and like every other shield in the game, you can plant yourself into the ground with it. The energy shield's resistances don't change when it's turned on, but it doesn't actually work as a shield if it's not turned on. Reminded that you must turn it on. One of the biggest benefits of the energy shield is its extraordinarily high reflection chance with energy-based weapons, so it reflects disablers like crazy. However, there is a bug, well, if I don't disable myself, there is a bug with it where you can still disable somebody with a disabler even if they're reflecting it, because they actually take the stamina damage. So that is one unfortunate side effect of the shield at the moment. It is also basically guaranteed to reflect laser weaponry, so just another thing you have to be extremely careful about if you're fighting an energy shield. Basically, don't use laser weapons against the energy shield at all, and you can use a disabler if you feel like you want to exploit it. I don't think you're meant to be disabled by it, but that is just the reality of it. Now, if you remember the stats of the energy shield, it blocks 85% of pierce and blocks 50% of incoming damage. So very quickly, the way shields work is that they automatically share 50% of the damage from the shield to you. So if you get hit by something that does 10 damage and the shield has no resistances, you would take 5 damage and the shield would take 5 damage, and I could prove it right now. So if I shoot both of them one time, these bullets do 16 damage. If I examine him, he's taken 16, and the guy with the shield has taken 8. So what the resistance is, that's what the 50% of incoming damage blocked means. However, what the 85% means is that the shield, instead of taking 8 damage, is actually only going to take about 7 piercing. I'm not going to do the perfect math on it, but you get the point. If it did 10, it would do 8.5 to the shield instead. Most shields in the game destroy at 40 damage. The energy shield, however, doesn't destroy until it takes 150 damage. If I were to mag dump this person, they will go critical before the shield does, and this person has no armor whatsoever. So even against non-laser weaponry, the shield is extremely powerful and can take a lot of punishment away from you. And just to show you how much damage this took, it took 89 damage, so a little over half the amount of damage it would take to destroy it. What is also worth mentioning with shields is that if the person is deployed, the shield actually gains increased benefits. It is now 50% reduced piercing, and it has a flat damage reduction against it, and shields when they're deployed take all of the incoming damage. As long as you don't get stun batoned and you don't get shot by a disabler, you can take a ton of damage. Now, Joyce has 31 bullets in it, so I'm just going to mag dump him. From full health, with no armor, with a raised energy shield, there's only 4 bullets out of 31 left on an unarmored target. A deployed energy shield is niche because, I mean, giving up movement is a pretty big deal in this game, but since it only takes one hand, you can 100% grab an SMG, deploy yourself, and just spray at people down the hall. Or if you're fighting security, or if you're fighting civilians, or if you're fighting anyone. The energy shield is rather cheap for how much it offers, but obviously since it's a shield, you lose a hand, you instantly out yourself as a syndicate like many of the items in the game do, but you gain some pretty severe protection, and since it is a small item, you can actually just hide it until you absolutely need to pull it out, and it will absolutely make it so you're going to win combat against any non-stuns, unless they just absolutely mag dump you and you have and you like weren't aware of it. A very, very powerful kit, and one I have seen at least once or twice now, is you spend 6 TC on the energy shield, you spend 8 TC on the energy sword, 3 TC on the web vest and 2 TC on no slips, and then you have 1 TC left, which doesn't really it doesn't really buy you much. Like probably the best thing you could buy with 1 extra TC is probably the bar of soap, or even just buy the shoulder holster, because I mean you're going to be giving yourself away pretty hard, and like the shoulder holster is a 60 storage, so it's not insignificant. So with the energy shield out, the energy sword out, this is already an extremely good combo. However, what you can do is you can also find something like a fire helmet and maintenance or something. And the fire helmet gives you 35% heat reduction as well as minor combat resistances. But the heat is the thing you're going to be lacking in for your actual like physical armor. Take a droized, and we try to mag dump them. Well, I'm killing myself because the energy sword can reflect bullets. How much damage did we do to them? We didn't break the shield. We almost killed ourselves. We have only done 45 damage to him. Mag dumping a droid. I bled out. I think I can use that as the footnote for the video. That is an extremely powerful combo that can't be slipped. The only way you're going to be killing somebody like that is if you hit them with a stun baton or you blind them because they may or may not have glasses. That it could be a last-ditch effort. Either way, the energy shield is a really cool addition. I like the idea of active armor in the game. It's, I mean, just more interesting in general than just wearing a vest that makes you invincible. Having to actually take up a hand slot to become damage resistant, I think is a really cool idea. And that is all I got for now.